Hey guys, welcome back to another Matrix video. What we're going to do today actually is probably one of the things that I've been looking forward to replacing on this car, and that is going to be the rear struts. They are not great, to put lightly. Like on the freeway, basically undrivable. The passenger side rear strut is pretty much gone, and then the driver's side one is creaking pretty bad. And the rear end feels super loose, especially when you go over potholes, bumps, anything that'll like jolt the rear suspension. The whole car just gets unstable on the rear end. So yeah, let's get to it. So let's talk about the parts that I got to replace all the old stuff. As you can see, I got all KYB components. This one in particular is the XLG line. As you can see, it is a little more sportier than your average OEM replacement, which should fit really nicely with this car since it is the sportier model. Also got new boots that go over and a new bump stop. I actually put it on this one already, as you can see, right here. New boot and new bump stop. So yeah, it's just, everything is new except for the spring. Also got top hat bushings. Ouch! I just punched the taillight. But this is the new bushing right here. It comes with this washer. I'm not really sure how this goes on, so I'm gonna have to look into that. But yeah, we're gonna be replacing pretty much everything except for the spring. Alright, so let's talk about what you're gonna need. First things first, you're gonna need a 14mm, 19mm ratchet. You're gonna need one of these with a 10mm on it. That's a 12. So let's put a 10mm. Just go with a long one. Flashlight, obviously. Probably gonna need a 19 impact socket. So there's that, and then you're also gonna need an impact, something a little bigger than that. So, oh, there's one right there. So now that we've gotten everything, also need a spring compressor. That you can rent from O'Reilly's, AutoZone, I think, but I'm gonna go to O'Reilly's. Free rental. I think you have to pay like $150 deposit or something, so if you break it you have to pay $150, but other than that, it should be free to use. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's go get the puller first. Alright, so we're here at O'Reilly's. We're gonna get a spring compression tool. Oh my god, look at that thing. Lifted 2nd gen legacy, 3rd gen legacy. That's pretty cool. I kinda like that. Alright, so first location didn't have it. So we're gonna go to a different location that's on like down the street, really. It's maybe like another mile. So we'll be right back, and we'll just, hopefully they have it. I should probably call ahead, huh? Let me go try that out real quick on my phone. Then, speaking of my phone, I left it at home. Oh well, good thing we're on our way. We're gonna pass by, so let's go do that. Let's go grab my phone. Alright, so round 2, we're gonna go to another O'Reilly's Auto Parts. Is that a TR2 Pro? Dang! We'll probably spend like 90 grand on that truck. Here, let's get some space so I can open it up. Sport mode. There's the VTEC. Factory 5. Sorry, I'm getting distracted here. That guy is moving. Alright. That the Miata. Alright, so that's what we're gonna need. The McPherson strut spring compressor. What you're gonna want to do before you leave is make sure it's good. You don't want to leave, open the box up when you get home and then find out that it's blown up or something. So, looks pretty new. Yeah, looks great. I don't see anything wrong with them. So, we're gonna use this to compress the spring while we take the strut apart so it doesn't explode in our face. What is with everyone driving so freaking slow today? Go, 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 go. You can go, you can go, you can go. Alrighty, so now that we have everything that we need, we're gonna start taking everything apart and hopefully replace it by tonight, because we only have like about an hour of sunlight before it starts getting cold again, so I'd like to finish this as soon as possible. So let's get to it. Alright, so we want to be safe when we're doing this, so I don't get injured. So we're going to be chalking off the front wheel, and we're going to be putting jack stands under the car. Oh my. Continue. Okay, so there's a nut down there, 19mm bolt, and then there's 2 nuts at the top inside the car that you have to remove, and then you remove this one last. So, as you can see, we're gonna take this piece off right here, and then we're gonna take this piece off, this front piece right here. So it requires 2 10mm. If I can unlock it, and like that. Oh, there we go. So we're gonna take those 2 10mm off, and then we're gonna take this tray off as well. Those 2. This should just come right out. There we go. Wow, this is heavier than it looks. Remove this under tray. Gonna remove this. Don't hit the tripod. Now that you have access to the rear bolt, I don't know if you can see that. There's a bolt right there, and a bolt right there, where my finger is. Those are one of the 2 bolts that you're going to get to. You're going to need to fold the seats flat, and you're also going to want to remove this. Just pops right out. Like that. Okay, remove this. Couple 12mm bolts. This made it a little easier, but at least we have full access, full range for the bolts now. What do you mean you don't want them to fit? Ouch. Alrighty, so after finagling without bolts, turns out there's some sort of like undercoating or like rubber, some sort of coating on these bolts. Ow! Alright, so now that the top 4 bolts are out, we're going to go ahead and go under the car, undo that 19mm bolt that holds it onto the knuckle, and then we're going to be pretty much ready to drop the struts. Okay, so under here, you can see that there is a bolt right there, and over there on that side, there's a bolt right there. Here it's a 19mm. You're going to need some good braking power, so either a breaker bar or an impact. Also, you can see how bad these struts were leaking. Oh, okay. Fought a bunch, but it came out. As you can see, all that grease, that's supposed to be inside the cylinder. As you can see, it's not. So I went ahead and swapped these springs over off camera. Yeah, it was just a total pain in the butt, you know. So I didn't really feel like dealing with this and filming it at the same time. So normally, you want, when you push, it takes a lot of force to push this down, and it'll spring right back up. But this one, like this is not good. Like, see how it can just play with it? Also junk. This one still has some fluid in it. So I'll just like give you a quick walkthrough on how I did this. So first things first, pretend this is like the old strut that you're gonna take apart. You're gonna take this. You can see that there's little indents right here. You're gonna put that in here. Pull these pins out first. So you're gonna clamp them like this, so as you can see, and you're gonna push these pins in to lock them in place. Actually, well, make sure this is on the bottom, but this is just for demonstration. So flip this around, and then you can take your impact, tighten it, and this will compress the spring like that, to where there won't be any pressure on this nut, so you can zip this one off. Once you zip this one off, you can let off the pressure by just loosening this. You will definitely need an impact, unless if you want to take like an extra like 3 hours just to do this. So I wouldn't recommend swapping struts like that, swapping springs like this. Just buy the whole coilover set. It's just that I have some expertise in this, so I went ahead and did it. Every bolt gets torqued down to 59 foot-pounds, except for the very bottom bolt. That gets torqued down to 59 foot-pounds. Then we're gonna lower the car back onto like the ramps so that the suspension gets low, and then we'll torque it down again to like 100. I think it's like 106. So yeah, we're at the halfway point. All you have to do is put everything back together. I think it is pretty dirty back there, but I'll probably just vacuum it on a later date or something. So yeah, so okay, there it goes. I'm gonna put you guys on the tripod, and you're gonna watch me suffer for the next, I don't know how long the time lapse will be. So have fun. front truck. It is cold and foggy outside. Not ideal, but we make do, right? Alright, so I moved the car outside. We're gonna take a look around. Yeah, the wheel gap is actually a lot higher than it was before. So, that's interesting. Didn't really notice that it was low. But yeah, we got some wheel gap now. So yeah, it looks pretty stock now. Can't wait to see how it drives. We're probably gonna wait till tomorrow morning because it looks like that outside. So, looks like we have an oil leak somewhere. Alright, as you can see, got some stuff to return. So, perfect time to test out the matrix while we run some errands and stuff. Nice. So we're gonna be driving down the same route that we did before. At like the very first video, and you can definitely tell that there's a difference. It's much more firm, much more planted. When you go over like potholes or like manhole covers or something, the entire rear of the car doesn't want to like jiggle and shake around. It's just duh, like as it like how it should be. Like even the gear shifts are somehow the gear shifts feel improved. I don't know how. Like wasn't even related to the rear struts, but they're a little more forgiving. Like they're way less notchy, except for first. But that's kind of a given for most cars. But like even like the engine mounts are pretty good now. Like I thought I needed engine mounts, but they're actually decent still. Like going over that little bump right there, it would have like shook the whole rear end, but it wasn't even phased this time. Yeah, this thing just massive improvement across the board just with doing struts. It feels like a much tighter car now. Like I thought the car was like decent for a Corolla when I drove it the first time, but now like it feels like what a modern car should feel like. Yeah, I'm going over like pretty rough. This is a decently rough road right now, and it's just very compliant. Like even over this pothole or the manhole cover, drives perfect. Sounds like there's a cop around here somewhere, so I gotta be careful. Gosh, that turn coming up to the on-ramp, coming up to the freeway, used to be so gnarly. But yeah, even on the freeway, like around this speed, that rear passenger wheel would wobble or would start bouncing a little bit because of the blown shock. Feels great to me. flying. Is that a cop? That's not a cop, that's a Subaru. Okay. But yeah, as you can see, that left-hand bend right there, just super stable. Like I would not even like attempt that. I would not even like consider attempting that corner at that speed in this car before the struts. So this is the slow corner though that I want to attack. So yeah, that front diff, yeah, it really needs a front diff really bad, because once you like put down the power, it really wants to like spin up that inside wheel a lot, and you end up going nowhere. So overall, but the struts did great. That's gonna be it for me for this video. Make sure to like and subscribe, hit that bell if you like this content, you want to see more, and yeah, thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.